Hey, everybody, and welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah, welcome back.
So today, we're going to kind of tackle something that I think we all struggle with at one point or another.
Absolutely.
And it's this idea of like
Oh, yeah?
trusting something bigger than ourselves.
That's it.
Right.
Especially during, like, uncertain times.
Certain times, yeah. And so we're
Real time.
looking at a piece called
Yeah.
Trusting God in Uncertain Times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a riff off of a really famous passage from Proverbs.
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 3, verses 5 and 6.
Absolutely. A great passage.
So let's jump into,
Yeah.
this is the deep dive. This is what we do. We jump in.
Let's do it.
So Proverbs 3.5 to 6.
Okay.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Like right off the bat, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, but
Right.
one of the things that just jumps out at me is this idea
Yeah.
of lean not on your own understanding.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
I think
I mean, like, that's like
that's huge.
when things go sideways,
Right.
the first thing we want to do is try to
To
understand
control. Yeah.
what's happening, control it, right?
Figure it out. Right.
And this is saying, like, don't do that.
Don't lean on that.
And you don't lean on that.
There's something else.
And so what is that all about?
Well, I think what's interesting is the phrasing, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, lean not on your own understanding. It's almost like there's something else to lean on, right? It's not
Wow.
saying like, do nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Just be passive. It's saying, lean not on your own understanding,
Yeah.
but lean on something else. And I think that that's where the idea of trust comes in.
Right. And surrender, right?
Just surrender.
Like
Absolutely.
surrendering to something bigger than our understanding.
Right.
Like
Really try to
a
control
really hard thing
your world
to do that.
so we can like predict it, right?
Yeah.
Understand it.
Especially when we
Yeah.
feel like things are out of control.
Make sense of it.
Right.
Absolutely. So
That's our natural inclination.
the source material actually suggests like looking
Yeah.
at personal stories,
Yeah.
testimonies, biblical stories, and kind of seeing
Yeah.
like, what does this look like practically,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I mean, for me, like the story of Job always comes to mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Job, what a story.
This guy loses like everything.
This is everything. Yeah.
Family, wealth, health,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he still clings to this faith.
Right.
And so what do we...
that, to me, is such a powerful story because it,
Mhm.
it illustrates this idea that even when we don't understand, even when we're going through
Yeah.
what seems like unimaginable suffering,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we could still choose to trust.
And what does that teach us about trust? It teaches us that trust is not blind, right? It's not about just,
Yeah.
you know, pretending that everything's okay
Yeah.
or, you know, not acknowledging the difficulty or the pain.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
recognizing that our human understanding is limited. You know, we can't always grasp the why behind our struggles,
Right.
but we can choose to hold on to this belief that there's a greater purpose at play.
So are we just supposed to sit back and just let life happen then?
Oh, that's a great question because
So surrendering control.
it brings up
Sure.
the question of like,
Make us passive.
what does it look like to
Right.
actually live this out, right?
Right.
Because I think sometimes people misinterpret this idea of, you know,
Yeah.
leaning not on your own understanding or surrendering control as like,
Yeah.
just be passive, you
Got
know, let life happen to you.
Right.
But
right.
to me, it's not about becoming passive. It's about recognizing that there's a difference between controlling every outcome
Mm-hmm.
and actively participating in our own lives.
Right.
Like we still make choices, we
Yeah.
still strive,
Yeah.
but with this underlying trust that we're not alone in the journey.
It's almost like this underlying trust allows us to make choices
right.
from a different place.
From a place of peace, you know, from
Yeah.
a place of, you know, knowing that even if I don't have all the answers,
Yeah.
there's something bigger
Yeah.
that's guiding me, that's supporting me.
This kind of reminds me of the reflection
Yeah.
prompt in the source material,
Uh-huh.
you know, where it asks like, have you ever felt a sense of guidance or support during tough times, even when you couldn't explain it?
I love that question.
Right.
It's so powerful.
It makes you think about those times where like things worked out.
Yeah. It makes you
Like reflect on your own life.
some unseen force just kind of
Yeah.
nudged you in the right direction.
Like those.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Moments, right?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, I don't know, but something, I don't know
Alright.
how I got here, but I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really about acknowledging that sometimes those solutions and that clarity come from places we don't expect.
Absolutely.
Right.
Unexpected sources. Yeah.
So if trusting God
Yeah.
in uncertain times
Right.
doesn't mean just sitting idly by.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Not being passive.
how do we do this?
So how do we surrender?
Like, what does this surrender look like?
Yeah, which
What's
is
surrender look like?
right.
It's a great question.
Like if we're not supposed to control,
It's the $1 million question.
what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, and I think it looks different for everybody, right?
Right.
But I think some of the common threads are
Yeah.
a willingness to let go of the need to have all the answers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like being okay with the mystery, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
of life's unfolding.
Yeah.
I think it also like taking that leap of faith even when you're afraid,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like
Yeah.
because fear is often what
Mhm.
keeps us from trusting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Fear tells us, no, stay in control, stay safe, stay comfortable.
Right. Yeah.
But trust says, what if there's something more? What if there's something better?
Right. Yeah.
What if I let go and allow myself to be guided?
And what would it look like if we actually let go?
Who knows? I mean, that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
That's the adventure, right?
Yeah.
We don't always know what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the beauty lies.
Yeah. And the freedom too.
The freedom, absolutely. The freedom from having to have it all figured out.
Right. And the freedom to
Yeah.
like be surprised.
Yes.
Right.
Be open to the unexpected. Embrace the unknown.
What's going to happen next?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But trusting that it's going to be okay.
Right. Trusting that there's this
Force out there
mm-hmm.
that's bigger than us,
that's got our back,
that's looking out for us.
even when we don't see it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, this whole deep dive is less about
Yeah.
giving all the answers,
Absolutely.
but more about prompting us
Yes.
to kind of think about
To ask the questions
our own relationship
of our own life.
with faith and with trust.
Yeah.
You know, when that uncertainty
When
hits,
life throws you a curveball.
what does your surrender look
Yeah.
like? What helps you
Where do you lean?
lean into something bigger than yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something
That's the question.
to ponder
Kinda
as
earlier
you
steps, huh?
navigate this crazy journey
Yeah.
called life.
The beautiful, messy
Right.
journey of life.
Yeah.
There.
So that's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
And
And keep pondering.
we will.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.